Now, live from the desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
All right, welcome back. Valentine's Day is widely known as a day of love, but it could actually be dangerous for your relationship. Here to explain this morning is Dave Booda. He's editor of the blog, The Male Blueprint. Dave, good morning. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You say the number one thing to keep in mind or to think about is expectations. Talk about it.
Expectations are such a killer. And what happens is when we have high expectations for our Valentine's Day, we're either left satisfied because we got our expectations met, or we're left disappointed. And you know, there's a 40% increase in requests for divorce lawyers in mid-February.
That's amazing. It's
because people are disappointed. And expectations just really don't help us. Because, you know, our partner you expect your partner to roll out the red carpet, then, you know, if they do something less, then you get disappointed.
So do you suggest to kind of keep your expectations relatively low?
Well, see, the second one is agreements. It's about communication.
Okay.
So if I have an expectation, I can turn it into an agreement. You know, let's say your partner gets home from work at 5 p.m. and you make an agreement and say, when we get home from work, let's spend the rest of the day together. And that's not an expectation, but you speak to him beforehand and you say, you know, let's come together and let's take the night and spend the night together.
So in a way, you communicate your expectation before the day itself.
Yes, and I call those agreements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, you talk about finances a little bit as well. Personally, I think this is kind of funny and interesting. A lot of people today think that they have to go out and spend a lot of money to demonstrate their love. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we see ads, we want to buy things. The average couple spends $126 on Valentine's Day.
How much?
$126.
Yeah.
And, you know, what I say is, you know, don't break the bank. Get creative. This is my little secret. I have one of my favorite ways to take someone out on a date, especially if you're staying home, is to just use a blindfold and feed them.
Wow.
I don't know if you've seen.
That sounds like, Patty, are you watching at home? Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Have you seen 9.5 Weeks? You know, there's a great scene where they sit by the fridge and he just feeds her, and it's fun, it's sexy, and you know, there's so many creative ways. And you can also talk about this before with the expectations and the agreements. You can make a fun Valentine's Day without having to spend a lot of money.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest problem in relationships today?
Man, you know, I think people use their own playbook. And what I mean by that is men expect and think women want what men want, and women think men want what women want. So what I mean is, let's say, so I've coached a lot of men on dating and relationships, how to meet women and attract women. A lot of men will do the things that they want a woman to do to attract them. So they'll go to the gym, they'll get really tan, they'll look
It's kind of a self-centered mindset.
It is. You're not reaching out. I say to people, the best thing to do is just wipe the slate clean and start asking questions. Don't assume that because you want something that's what the opposite sex would want.
Ask questions and then listen.
And listen.
Yeah.
Listening is so important.
It's so basic, right?
Yeah, it is, you know.
Any thoughts in closing for Valentine's Day?
You know, I love the money one. Like, really save some money. I'm saving up for a trip to Las Brisas in Acapulco with my fiance.
Yeah.
And you know, that was part of our agreement. It said, let's not spend a lot of money and let's take an awesome trip this summer.
Being the expert that you are, you must have a terrific relationship, and your fiance must be incredibly happy right now.
You know, we have ups and downs.
Of course
it's not,
you do.
You know, it's and like I said to you before, you know, I learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just really interested in having the best relationship possible. You know, I read a lot of books. I get a lot of coaching, and it's so important to me.
Good stuff. Dave Booda, 3 points there. Communicate, high expectations, and breaking the bank. Don't break the bank. Great to have you with us. Your website, again, is themaleblueprint.com. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Dave Booda. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.